Hello, everyone. Sorry that we're late, but we are here. Thank you so much for your patience. Welcome to Effect Office Hour, where we'll be answering all your questions about Effect House in the next 30 minutes. We welcome all technical and non-technical questions. I see some repeat. Yay! Okay, I see some repeat visitors. Haley Ketpals, Confused College Kid. Oh, now you're a Confused College grad. Congratulations if you just graduated.
Hello, everyone. Sorry
And
that we're late,
ooh,
but we
hang
are
on.
here.
Yeah, which, as usual, do you mind telling me which country you're joining from today, especially if you're new? And if you're joining for the first time, I'm not some stranger. I am Vanessa, one of the community manager of Effect House. Super excited to be here. And I am joined today not by Mingus, as which whom we usually have, but by with Chinyu. Chinyu is one of our technical managers. Maybe Chinyu, introduce yourself and tell us what you do at TikTok at Effect House and what's your favorite food? Yes, type in the comments. Cole had mentioned Cole is usually asks a lot of questions, and he said he didn't have any question today. So let's see. Sure. And mic. Whose mic is off? Can't hear Chinyu. All right. Maybe it's Chinyu's first time. Let's see what technical. Uh, okay. Yeah. Just drop down your questions and let's do a silent demo. I can see that Ko, yes, we know Ko's from Malaysia, and we love Musang King too. And in the US, Kel the Conqueror, welcome, welcome. Mhm. If you have any questions, just drop down in the comment and we'll get Chinyu to reply. All right. Otherwise, we might kick off while we are fixing the sound issue. We might kick off with one of the questions that we collected before from the forum. How would I pause? The first question is, how would I pause an animation through scripting? Basically, instead of hiding or showing, I like to pause or restart the animation, like the rain effect. All right. Oh, okay. Okay. So there was so many questions. Almost missed them. Right. That could continue. Is your voice? Are you here? Live stream is hard, guys.
Us.
Can you give us emoji if you can hear Chinyu? Still can't hear.
Still can't hear.
Hmm.
So Celine, you're not live stream like screen sharing right now, right?
Okay. Just stare at me, guys. Continue. Let's fix this. Thank you for your questions. Is there any kind of way? Sure. Thank you. And share if you've done some effects that you are very proud. Share them in the link. We would like to try them out for our social as well.
Okay, nice.
Oh, okay. Yay, she's back. Okay.
My God,
That's
the first technical question for
yes.
today. Yeah.
The
Fixed
first, let me read
audio.
it out. Mhm. Yes, that's the first technical question is the audio. All right, cool. So the first question comes from Haley Catpause. Is there any kind of way to add attribution to our effects manually? I remember that attribution used to automatically be added to our effects if we import the assets through the AR library. But what if we wanted to use another resource and import the assets manually? Or if we want to edit parts or in the assets another software before using it in our effect?
I think if I'm not sure whether I understand the question clearly.
Yeah, Haley Catpause, if you don't mind elaborating what you mean by attribution, that might help us answer the question. Do you do you mean importing the 3D objects from Sketchfab? Okay, maybe Tinyu could answer that question.
Oh, I think so basically like for example, if it is the like modeling stuff,
Thank
from
you
my
so
map.
much. Mm-hmm.
Is there echo here?
No, it's good. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm gonna because I don't have a Blender on my and also don't have the Sketchfab. So basically I think when you import a 3D model,
Mhm.
you should able to select a few things like let me try to grab a give me a minute. So we do have a 3D asset preparation article here.
If you guys don't know, Tinyu's the woman behind all the learning resources that you see on the website. So
So if I cannot do the live demo for you, I'm gonna search the answer for you.
there's gonna be a learning resource after
So,
this.
yeah. So I
Okay.
do have the 3D asset. So basically, I think not this article. There's 3D asset preparation. So basically here, this article should tell you like what you should prepare and how you can set it up properly, use a different tool. And also like let's say if you want to export a blend from Blender using FBX format or a different format, you can configure it following these guides. And also when you import it, like you basically you can select like some configuration like whether you want to include the like vertex color something like that, but it varies from different cases. Yeah, so it definitely case by case situation here.
So Haley Catpose is asking if we want to use graphic or audio asset that require attribution, like for example, they don't own the assets.
Oh, I
Do you
see.
have any solution or suggestion? Do you recommend better off not using them, or what do you recommend?
Like the audio in the 3D model?
Audio in the effect model, in the effect file, or
In the
graphic asset like 2D asset or 3D asset in the effect model.
Okay, so you basically want to import another effect house project. Am I correct?
I think it's importing another asset that that the creators probably don't own themselves. It's from another third party or an open source
Oh,
library. Mhm.
okay. So for audio part, you can import it as I show you here. Import it if you have it locally in your laptop. You can import it using import audio assets functionality. So basically, what you can do is you can add this button and you can import it. Another way is like you can use something called TikTok sound library, which allow this kind of this functionality basically allows you to add sound. Oh, sorry,
Mhm.
it's somebody's.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, like you can play the audios and like basically you have to download it, or if you want to use some sound or audio like already existing in TikTok sound library, you can use this node. which allow you to add sound to your effect. When other people using it, they can select the sound they want. This is for audio, and I guess for example, if you want to import a texture, you can use the texture sequence here. Yeah, I'm not sure whether I cover your questions very well, because actually by definition of the asset, it covers a lot. Basically, for example, if you search import audio asset, you will see the articles like this. You will, for example, if you check import animation, it has different requirements here. You can check it out. And also if you import what else, material, textures, yeah, it varies. For example, if you want to import a skybox texture, the texture that you used for creating a sky effect, we do have some resolution limitations here, but you can all find the limitation on the website right now.
Okay, thank you so much for answering that. Haley Cat Pose, if anything isn't clear, but just follow up. Another question, the second question for the day is Confused College Grad. She just updated to 2.8.2, and now the segmentations are wonky. Do you have a solution without
okay,
her starting?
You're one version advanced than me right now. I don't have the 2.8 right now, but if I'm actually not sure what do you mean by the wonky part. But if it is a bug, please issue a ticket using our feedback support ticket.
Yeah, we have them in the forum. Maybe Confused College Grad, if you don't mind sharing screenshots or and describing what you mean by wonky, that will really help us to fix the problem for everyone too.
Yeah, I think it works fine. If it doesn't work, that's probably a bug. And also, if you find any bugs, issue it. We can probably solve it pretty quickly.
Okay. Yeah. And if no one else has any question, we could move to a question that was asked in the forum regarding animation through scripting. Instead of hiding or showing, how would I pause an animation through scripting? Basically, instead of hiding or showing, I like to pause or restart the animation, like the rain effect.
Yeah, so there is a way to do that. Let me show you. So basically, you need our animation first, right? So go to the asset panel and click on Add Asset, and I'm gonna add texture sequence here. Import texture sequence. So I have some prepared assets here. Our little Archie. Let me import it. So after imported, you get your animation, right? So what I'm gonna do is I will apply this animation to our image. And so by doing that, you can simply just drag the Archie, the animated texture we just imported, and put it on the texture slot here. And you will see the animation is play here, right? And the next step you can do is actually simple. You can use this add interaction capability here. You can say, oh yeah, and not here. Yeah, actually that's the tips that sometimes you can add interaction from the panel of the inspector panel, which means it will use their component list out here, like image. But if you go to the asset panel, click on the animated textures, you will also see an add interaction on the inspector panel. And if you click on it, you are able to add our predefined preset interaction for your animation. Let's say tap screen to play animation texture, then delay pause. Or you can also say play next one. Or something like detect head movement to play the one. So this, I'm gonna try the detect head movement to play texture. So and as you can see, after you click it, let me delete all this stuff. You already have a linked node, and so now the handshake will play the animation. Did it work? Wait a second. So wait, let me delete it since it's not using it. Okay.
Oh, that would really. I think Haley Catpost had also shared a non-repeating randomizer in the tutorial and resources section. Yes, that would really help. If you don't mind pasting them here
Nice.
or in the Discord. Yeah.
Cool. So this is like a really simple tips we have right now. Like, you can just go to the animate textures and add interaction. So right now, what we decide here is detect head movement to play animation. You can also change it to head nod. Let's see. Like you see there how the animation play and stop based on my movement. So actually, the logic here is simple. If you double click, let me just show again. If you double click on this node here, and you will see the second layer, and you will see like basically the trigger and the response. It has subgraphs in there. You can easily just swap the head movement detection to whatever is the trigger you want. So let's say we can use something like gesture, maybe gesture detection. And what we can do is we can just change it to the one that like this. And we get rid of the links here. And so the gesture we're using here is, let's go back to the man graph. Oh, it's not really working for some reason. Oh, I see. So, it's detect an object. No, oh yeah, it's complicated than using the have. But yeah, the concept is we need to reconfigure it a little bit, but I don't want to waste time on this. But you can swap it to any trigger you want, and just remember to change the detection and input here. But so this is just one interaction you can use. Another one is you can use tap screen to play textures and delay pause. Let me know if you want me to show more on this part, or I can answer other questions.
Sure. Yeah, I thank you so much for that. We will also let the post that solution in the
Yes, so
Discord.
this will be the
Yeah. Another thing, there is. Do you know the cool tone anime style, Chinyu?
Kuton anime. How do I use the Kuton anime style without the effect being influenced the anime like the other?
I think it's a model that we're trying to improve. So we will let you know once we have a better model as well. We will do an announcement.
Oh, are you
Yeah.
talking about something like the art maker template?
Yeah, but I think the model isn't perfect yet. So it's so.
I see.
And there was a question from Damien in the forum. Can anyone explain how to fix and resubmit effect that has been taken down? So if your effect was
Taken down by what kind of
if it was taken
reason?
down due to due to performance issue or due to it doesn't meet some community guideline, how would you fix and resubmit it?
Oh, so if it is like not passing the QA or something like that, like it because like it got some performance issue, I highly recommend you to check first if you are using a lot of like this kind of graphs notes.
Mm,
Check how many like did you use a lot of updates. Let's say screen tab is actually good. Screen tab means every time the logic trigger by you tap on the screen. But sometimes if you accidentally using update, which means the logic will run every frame of your phone. Like so by frame I mean like basically how you see me in a motion is because their phone is refreshing their picture in a really quick speed so that your eyes feels like it is animated. So update means it will do the calculation in that speed really quickly, like 24 is minimum to further like to for your human eyes to see the animation. So just check like do you using a lot of triggering here, like asking the computer to do a lot of calculation. Another tips is you can check all these textures here. Make sure that you don't use like really large like photos or high resolution one because it actually costs a lot of computational power. Check all this texture you are using and make sure like to compress it to their like the best level because remember like all your TikTok the people using your effects actually they are not using like they are not all of them have the advanced phone and actually most of them like have diverse devices, which means they don't have a powerful CPU or something to calculate all this data. So just make sure that you compress your texture that to the minutes like maximum, and but not really compromising your effects. So this is something you can check. So for example, if you're using like Skybox, like actually the tips is just using one in for one effect project. More than that, it might be really heavy. Something else like I think if you are using generative effects, don't use too many in there. Like it will make your effects super heavy. Um, and I would say like one or two might be good. Above that is really risky. Yeah, so this is couple like example you can check what objects you use, or if you are 3D, you're creating a 3D effect, check your model as well. Don't use too many like vertex in your model. Like maybe make it more low poly, but still can achieve a similar functionality. Something like that. I'm gonna get rid of the hair eraser. So this is like any performance related suggestion. That's something
mhm.
you can make sure that your effect project pass the secure or something.
Thank you. I think we want a learning resource on that. Thanks, Jim.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
I think I can say that we are in the future. We are gonna provide something like performance kit like soon. So basically will help you to debug your effect project and stay tuned. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Thank you
on that
so much.
note, we will have a lot of resources for that for sure.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, and I think we have one question for the one last question from Thomas. Hi, Tinyu. Is it possible to use two generative effects in the same effect? Because
Yeah.
he received performance issues when he submitted the effect.
I think like if you're lucky, you can use two. I saw people submit successfully using two, but my recommendation is just using one. That's like as right now we're still like improving our tools performance, but it actually different sense. Like on a laptop, maybe your laptop is powerful enough to run this effects, these generative effects. Let's say not only one, but maybe several, something like that. You like several, but just remember, like once you publish to the phone CPU may not be able to run all this heavy performed AI effect. So that's the reason I recommend just using one for most cases.
Okay. All
I
right,
have a
but that's something that we should that's a feedback we could take regarding using two generative effects. Maybe not in this version, but hopefully in the upcoming ones. Thank you, Thomas, for the feedback. And is there well, confused college grad? What do you mean by is there a way to get a user's own username? Do you mean with the social feature, the new social feature, or hola,
social
Luis
kit,
Alberto?
social
Yes.
kit, profile
Um,
photo, profile
yeah.
info.
Is there any chance you could get your own username with that?
Not sure my own username, but you can get your friend's username for sure. Yeah.
Well,
So yeah.
mhm. Okay. All right. I think that's it. We have 2 minutes left. And confused college grad. You could check out careers.tiktok.com for any role opening. Thank you so much. Um okay, like the social kit, but the person using the effect, but not friend. So I guess I don't think you could get your own username, but you could definitely get your friends. Yeah.
Oh, that's a
Okay.
good features. I mean, we should consider that.
Yeah. We always get so much. So I think that brings us to the end. If you have any more feature requests or technical question, again, just hit the forum at community.effecthouse.com. And don't forget to follow our socials on TikTok and all the other platforms. Thank you so much. I will see you in 2 weeks. Mhm. All right. Thank you. Yes. All right. See you guys.